Hello, and welcome to this week's story, The Pilot's Parachute. In your world, things are important. But what about the things that aren't important anymore? Well, sometimes those things end up here, in the magical land of Dilstonia, where little creatures called the Jifflings live on their little Jiffling ship. They find these things that we throw away and fish them out of their sea, so they can recycle them and put them to good use once again. And here they are now, ready to work. Eccentric young pumpkin.
Woo! I'm ever so excited.
The Hedge, who is a very lazy Jiffling.
Like, hey man, is it time for bed yet?
Miss Katie, who loves fixing things and dressing up. Sometimes I like both together. Albert, the ship's gardener.
Hop-bay! Who's been into me cabbage patch like?
And Friedeline, a very sensible Jiffling who looks after everybody on the ship.
Yeah, that is correct. Oh.
Today on the ship, the Jifflings are busy using lots of brain power as they are all enjoying a very special inventing day. And, as always, one Jiffling is very excited.
Woo! I'm going to make the best invention ever!
Everyone had been working hard all morning, drawing up their ideas into blueprints and then building them. And now they were getting ready to show off their exciting new inventions. Right, who wants to go first? Pumpkin, would you like to show us your bestest ever invention?
Well, I'm not quite ready, Miss Katie. Our pet mouse Jeffrey and I are still building it.
So whilst young Pumpkin jiffled and buildily biffled loudly about, working on his invention, Albert showed off his.
Well, I have invented the garden mudometer that measures just how muddy my garden is. That is very useful, Herr Albert. And just how muddy is your garden? According to my mudometer, double muddy.
Indeed, Albert. And what about your invention, Hedge?
Like, I've invented the extending dinner fork so that I can reach munchies over there when I'm over here.
That's very practical, Hedge, and it solves a problem, like all good inventions should. Next, it was young Pumpkin's turn to show off his invention.
Oh, but I still haven't finished yet. But we are all excited to see the best invention ever, Pumpkin. Just as you said.
We certainly are, Friedeline. But maybe, whilst we wait for Pumpkin, you can show us what you've invented.
Well, I have invented the double time machine.
Wow! Does it travel back in time?
No. It lets you do any job in half the time, so that you can do double the jobs.
Oh, how clever, Friedeline. And what have you invented, Miss Katie? Well, if I pull this lever here, it spins all of these wheels and then, zing! It gives you a brand new, random, dressy-up suggestion.
It says Circus Ballerina Hippopotamus.
Then Miss Katie pulled the other lever, and in mere seconds, her dressy-uppy machine had dressed Albert head to toe in the snazzy Circarina-potamus costume. Yay! And finally, it was time for the last invention of the day. Pumpkin! Young Pumpkin emerged from the bedroom, his arms filled with blueprints.
My first invention is a hovering snowboard made out of dreams. And then my second invention is tap shoes for a tiger so he can tippy-tap roar. And my third invention is a bed just for Wednesdays called the Wednesday bed. And then, Pumpkin, these are just ideas. What did you actually make? Oh, well, I did think about making something, but I was just having so much fun with Jeffrey, I didn't make anything.
Then the other Jiffs looked a little disappointed.
Like you promised the best invention ever, man.
Yeah, if the inventor of boats had just thought about it, we'd all be bobbing around in the sea right now. Goodness, Jiffs. That sound means something has been lost or thrown away on Earth and has found its way into the sea around your ship. So it's time to jiffle over and heave it in together. The object landed on deck with an ah shush. It was thin and silky soft, and it looked a little worse for wear.
Well, I think that's a summertime garden picnic blanket. For summertime garden picnics.
But then Hedge stepped forwards, for he knew just what the object was. He hippity-heaved up onto the story seat, and then he began his tale.
This is the pilot's parachute, and my old farm friend, Felicia Cornfield, told me all about it. Once a little long ago, in a lovely sunny country called Greece, there was a beautiful little town where all the people flocked to the local airfield and cheered as daring pilots put on spectacular shows, doing all sorts of tricks.
Yay.
Now, the youngest pilot of all was called Olympia, and she loved to perform all the special tricks, like walking on the wing and loop the loop. And she would get super excited when she saw how happy it made the crowds. But because she was young, she often got a little too excited. And then she would promise the crowd even bigger tricks.
Yay! If you would like to do that, just wait until next week when I'll be doing the best skydiver ever. Who wants tickets?
Well, everybody in the crowd shot up their hand, and soon every single ticket was sold. But it wasn't until everyone had gone home that her fellow pilot, Captain Maverick, took Olympia to one side.
Hey there, Olympia! Ha! Before you skydive next week, you need to fix up your parachute. It's full of holes, oh no!
Don't worry, Captain Maverick. I'll do it first thing tomorrow. I promise.
So Olympia spent the evening thinking all about how exciting her parachute jump was going to be. And in fact, she was still so excited the next morning, she forgot all about fixing her parachute. And as the days passed and it got closer to her jump, her excitement only got bigger and bigger until finally it was the morning of the show. Crowds packed into the airfield, cheering as the other pilots performed their tricks.
Yay.
Then, finally, it was Olympia's turn. So she waved to the crowds, grabbed her parachute, and...
Oh dear, I forgot to fix it.
Well, hey! Ha! You can't jump now, Olympia! Your parachute has more holes in it than a cheese full of holes, oh no! You'll have to tell everyone to go home.
Then a rather sheepish Olympia walked over and told the excited crowd that she wouldn't be able to do her skydive.
Boo! Boo!
You promised us the best skydive ever.
Double boo!
So Olympia walked away, too embarrassed to go back to the airfield. And eventually, she forgot all about the parachute. And from then on, she decided that it was very important to always try and actually do the things she said she would do.
And now the holy parachute is here.
Yes, Friedeline. So what could it be? Could it be a silky dressing gown for fancy breakfast parties? Well, that's a very nice idea, Miss Katie. But then young Pumpkin stepped forwards.
I think I should turn the pilot's parachute into an inventor's tent so that I can finish off my invention, just like I said I would.
Oh, what a fabulous idea, Pumpkin. And as quick as a flash, he did just that, filling his inventor's tent with all sorts of knocking and banging sounds until he emerged proudly, holding his invention.
Woo! May I present the hovering snowboard tap dancing tiger bed. Oh.
Yay!
Ah.
Oh, well done, Pumpkin. You smushed all your ideas together into one. How very creative. And so, after everyone had admired the hovering tiger bed, they all realised it was getting dark. So they tidied up, stored away their lovely new inventions, and then it was time for bed. Good night, young Pumpkin.
Good night.
Good night, Albert.
Why, I'll see you in the morning, like.
Good night, Friedeline.
And it is a good night. Yeah.
Good night, Miss Katie. Night-night. Good night, Hedge. Hedge? Oh, I think the hedge is asleep already. And goodbye to you, wherever you are. Maybe next time you see a thing that you might throw away, you'll stop and see if you can use it again, just like our friends the Jifflings. And maybe the thing you use again will have a story to tell too. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to Bottleship. For all the parents listening, if you'd like to, you can donate to the show at patreon.com/Bottleship. And as a thank you, we'll send your child a personalised audio message from the Jifflings. And for all the children listening, if you enjoyed the show, please leave a review and share the podcast with your friends. We've had some lovely reviews this week, haven't we, Jifflings? That's right, like this one from Canada. It says, "My name is Elliot. My favourite Jiffling is Miss Katie, and my mum likes Young Pumpkin. I like Miss Katie because she sounds really nice and kind. I listen to your podcast when I'm going to bed and I love it. I'm from Cambridge, Ontario, Canada, and I'm 5 years old."
Ooh, that's a brilliant review, Elliot. Thank you. Yeah, that is correct. And we have this one too, from Australia. It says, "Hi, my name is Amelia. I love the GIF stories. My favourite GIF is Friedeline, because I can be bossy too. Ah, I would love it if you made this story about a shooting star. Also, I am from Australia, and I am 9 years old. With love, Amelia."
Like, thank you, Amelia, man. That is a super review.
Aye, and we think a story about a shooting star is a brilliant idea. But
Oh yes, and we've had this review too, from America. It says, "My name is Mirabelle. I think your podcast is the best. Could you please make a story called The Fairy's Purse? I live on Whidbey Island. My favourite episode is the Kitty Cat's Cushion, and my favourite character is Miss Katie. Bye, Jifflings."
Like, thank you, Mirabelle. That is a perfect review.
Ja, und we want to say the big Jifflings hello to Anya und Louis in Ireland, and hello to Armon in Sydney, Australia, and a double shiny super hello to Lucy on Facebook, who wanted to know what us Jifflings look like. Well, perhaps you will be finding out very soon. Oh.
Thank you to everyone who emailed or left us a review. We always love to hear from you all. Yes, we do, Miss Katie. So please remember to leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like to send us an email, please send it to thejifflings@gmail.com. Thanks again, and we'll bring you more exciting adventures with our friends the Jifflings very soon. Goodbye.